Hello friends, I'm home, I'm back in Sydney, and today I'm going to get reacquainted with this. My GR Yaris. It's been such a long time, and every time I see it, it just puts a massive smile on my face, like this. So today I'm really keen to get it out, stretch its legs, and have a bit of fun. And there's no better place to do that than a cheeky national park run just south of Sydney. Those of you that know it know what I'm talking about. Those of you that don't, it's basically the closest thing to the Nurburgring or the roads around the Nurburgring that Sydney has to offer. Saying that, it's a public road, it has speed limits, and today being Easter Sunday is probably heavily policed. But look, we'll go down, we'll go for a cruise. The other reason I actually wanted to take you with me today is because I just wanted to fill you in on a little story about my last day in Germany with the 8 Series. So stay tuned for that. But until then, let's get this out on the road. All right, let's jump in. Start her up. I've just been letting it warm up before we take it out. I did actually take it out yesterday, so sorry, I lied. But I just wanted to make sure everything was running smoothly and there were no issues, and there wasn't. You know, it's been sitting here for 6 weeks. And I don't have access to a power point anywhere around here, so I can't plug in a trickle charger or a smart charger or anything like that, unfortunately. But yeah, started straight away, went straight out, and there were no issues at all, so all good in the hood. It's great to be back in this car. Doesn't take long to just start having fun. A lot of people ask me when I first got this car, like, what are you going to do to it? What mods are you going to do to it? And I kind of felt the pressure to do that straight away. Like, I started looking up exhausts and springs and shocks and rims and tires. But honestly, after driving it as it is, I really just don't think I need to do anything to it. For daily driving, for just having fun on public roads, going down to the national park like I'm doing today, it's just spot on, straight out of the box. Like, it really doesn't need anything to kind of enhance the driving experience that much on the road. I guess the only thing I'd like to do is maybe change the tires one day. This is still running the Dunlop SP Sport Max, I think they're called. You know, but I'd like to try the Michelin Pilot Sports on this, because sometimes accelerating out of corners, that's when you feel that these can be a little bit floaty. But other than that, they're great for just standard daily driving. I'm sure a lot of you already know the stats of the GR Yaris, but in case you don't, I'll reel off the headlines anyway. So it's a 1.6 litre 3-cylinder turbo, 200 kilowatts, 6-speed manual, 4-wheel drive, and weighs around the 1200 kilo mark. So really light, lots of power, and a lot of fun with being the 6-speed manual. It does have driving modes as well, which changes the distribution of the 4-wheel drive system. So in normal mode, you've got 70% at the front, 30% at the back. In sport mode, that changes, 70% at the back, 30% at the front. And then in track mode, it gives it a 50-50 even distribution. You know what I like about driving in Sydney? Nothing. Okay, so while we're on the way to the national park, I just want to tell you this story about what happened on my last day in Germany. Obviously, I'd done my 5 laps over 2 days, and on my last day there, I just wanted to take the 8 Series for a cruise, explore a few more of those countryside roads, which were amazing, which you saw in the last video. I put this town in the GPS called Koblenz, and I just wanted to go there for lunch and take some awesome roads all the way there. So I took an hour and a half to get there, had an absolute ball going through all those twisties, and it was all good. All the way there, no problems at all. So I've just driven about 60 k's out of Nurburgring to this little town called Koblenz, which I've found on the sat-nav, and it's a really great little town. I'm sitting at this pretty cool cafe, got a great vibe, just having coffee. I just wanted to say I can't recommend highly enough investing in a good hire car and go and explore these German countryside roads, because they are just so much fun and it is brilliant. If you've got a great car, you're gonna have the best times. I wasn't even expecting to get the M850, to be honest. I booked an A5 Sport, but the hire car company upgraded me. I'm so happy with the M850 because it's made the experience that much better. So do it. Just spend the money and do it. It is so worth it. Autobahns are amazing, and you really get to test the car. Like, you really get to drive it for what it's made for, and kind of test its capabilities and experience its full capabilities, which you certainly can't do legally on the roads back in Australia unless you're on a racetrack. I'm going to finish this coffee here and head back to Apex and probably get back in time for Tourist and Fun and watch some people smash it around the track, which should be a bit of fun. On the way back, I chose to take this particular road, which looked like it'd be quite a bit of fun, being quite twisty, but it was really, really bumpy. And I wasn't even going that quick. I was doing the speed limit, and this happened. Yep, so that happened. I'm on the side of the road, just off some windy back streets here. Flat tyre, got the warning on the dash saying tyre pressure low. So I pulled over to check it out, and this front right was going down at a rapid rate. As you can see, it's basically on the rim. So that's no fun. It means I haven't made it back for Tourist and Fun, which means I'm not going to get to see any cars go around the track today, which kind of sucks. But this entrance here is the entrance to a caravan park. And basically, as soon as I stopped, or 5 minutes after, the owner turned up, checked his mailbox, asked me in German what was going on. My German's not great, but he drove me up to the caravan park and let me use his phone. And I called the hire car company Sixt, which have been amazing, and someone is going to be here in an hour, which I really hope happens, because in the middle of nowhere, I feel like they're going to get here in an hour and hopefully fix this, and I can be back on my way. But I think it's going to be back to Apex and straight for dinner, I think, and no cars going around today, which kind of sucks because today is my last day here. So I think this is going to be the end of the Nurburgring trip, to be honest, but that's all right. These things happen. I'm going to be looked after by the hire car company, so all is well. Well, it's a bit later than we thought, but we're here. We got a tow truck and my lovely tow truck man friend, and apparently it's got to be towed away. So it's going to go to a BMW dealer nearby. I'm going to get picked up by a good mate of mine that I met at Apex. So it always pays to make friends with the guys around the Nurburgring. He's coming to pick me up, take me back to the hotel, and then I'll have to sort out some transport in the morning. Bye, Beamer. You were fun. And right on cue, here comes my ride. There goes the Beamer. And here comes my bro. See, it pays to make friends on the Nurburgring, right? Thanks, man. Thanks, bro. Much appreciated. So it wasn't the ideal end to my trip at the Nurburgring, but it's something that I'll always remember. And I definitely created a closer bond with my mate who came and picked me up. So thanks to him for literally saving me. We went out to dinner that night, had a good laugh about it, had a good catch up. The car went straight to BMW, and that was the last I saw of it. I caught a taxi back to Frankfurt Airport the next morning, and that was that. All right, National Park run, here we go. That's the thing about this car, that you can just have so much fun within the speed limit. It's all about the handling. The steering is just so direct. It's literally like a big go-kart. And the gearbox, practicing your double clutching and your rev matching, it's just the best, seriously. Put it in track mode as well. I mean, you're not going to notice too much on these types of roads with this type of driving. You know, the distribution of the four-wheel drive system, you really only got to notice when you're sending it on a track and accelerating out of corners and really driving it on the limit. Whereas through these type of roads, it doesn't really matter, but it does pump a bit of the engine sound through the speakers when you're in track mode. So although that's not great, it still enhances the experience a little bit, I guess. Oh, I love this corner. Brakes, second, throw it in, power out. This is a good one too. Second. Just sticks so well. Some traffic, that's okay. I don't think I've done this journey once with a clear run. It's a very popular road, as you can imagine. Oh, this is such a good corner as well. Oh well, next time. This is a cracker, this one. Wait till you see the view coming out the other side here. Here we go. This is one of my favourite lookouts in Sydney. Reason too. Here we go. See if we can find a spot in here. How is this for a lookout? And beautiful sunset as well. So there you go, had an awesome cruise through the national park, stretched the legs of the GR. There's actually quite a nice Abarth 595 just there. Nice and modified too. That'd be a bit of fun through these roads. But I'm going to sit here and enjoy this amazing sunset at one of my favourite spots in Sydney, looking over the coast. That's Wollongong just down there. And I'm going to leave it there for today, but until next time, we'll go find another cool road in Sydney somewhere to take the GR for a bit of a spin. But until then, see you next time. Sounds awesome. That would be a lot of fun.